So we have been talking about forgiveness for the past, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks here in the morning. So thank you for being here still for it. It's a reasonable question. Why do I need this kind of long meditation on the truth of forgiveness? Why do I need to consider this? And actually, really anything else in God. Why do I need to consider all those things in the Lord so deeply? Why do I need to meditate? Why do I need to compare, look at it, and turn it around in my heart? But why is that important? Why isn't it enough to just, let's say, learn it and be able to recite it, okay? Like rote learning. Why isn't that enough? And the answer is, well, unless it's interesting, because unless I turn it around in my heart, and unless I let it affect my heart greatly, how else then would it become real in my life? Okay, so God doesn't tell us about himself. God doesn't introduce himself to us. God doesn't reveal his characteristics and ways of handling things like divine forgiveness, so that we would be able to speak it back to him. He knows what he's like. He doesn't need us to to tell back to him what he's like in that sense. That's not the point. He's not interested in us. One day, we die, and then we go to I'm going to go with this. We're going to go to the pearly gates, and then there's a long row of desks there, and we get a test. And if you can fill out every test, if you can describe every characteristic of God with the proper Bible verses, then you're admitted in. That's how it works, right? It's like God is not interested in any of that. That's not he's interested in us living in it. He's interested in us practicing it. He's interested in us exercising it, like learning his love and living with it, learning his forgiveness, and then actually like forgiving that way, taking hope from him and living with that hope. That is what God is interested in. That's why Hebrews 11:6 speaks about faith, and faith pleases God, because he wants us to walk in those realities that he has shown us. So meditation is actually the entrance of these truths into my reality and into my practice, if we're talking about real meditation. So like you could take I don't know, okay, so forgiveness. Okay, this is a good point. Okay, consider, would you forgive a friend? Yeah, well, maybe I would forgive a friend depending on what they have done to me. Okay, but I mean, could you forgive an enemy? Well, why would I forgive an enemy? It's like, and then I look at Romans 5:10 and those verses there, and then it says, for if when we were enemies, we were reconciled to God by the death of his son. Wait, God has forgiven me when I was his enemy. What does that tell me? Well, God means for me to live with his forgiveness. Ouch, I need to consider that. So if I meditate, then my heart is challenged in ways where my heart wouldn't on its own, definitely wouldn't go. I know I wouldn't go there. Maybe you're better than me, and you would. I wouldn't. But you look at these verses, and then your heart is changed, and you're realizing, you meditate, and you're realizing, and God says, why don't you come with me to areas where you wouldn't have gone otherwise? Romans 5:7 also, peradventure for a good man someone would die. But what about an enemy? No, I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't die for my enemy. But then this happens, and God is teaching our hearts through meditation to his ways, because he wants us to walk with him by faith in those things in this world. So God bless your day.